What's up, everyone? How we doing on this fine Sunday? We're getting ready for a pretty fun stream, in my opinion. I'm excited for this, personally. I've been looking forward to this. How's everyone doing? Someone said in the beginning, who was it? Yeah, Subzone called it in the beginning. They said mid-tempo, and I'm very shocked that that was one of the first comments since I started up the stream. That that was like very accurate. Like somehow they knew exactly what I was thinking in my brain. This is probably going to be a mid-tempo style track because I have these heavy vocals here that are going to be released very soon in Ghosthack. These are heavy vocals that are going to be part of a larger heavy vocals package from Ghosthack. It's going to be available on Black Friday. And if you want to get these vocals on Black Friday and some other vocals like these on Black Friday, then you can join the Black Friday early access list, which the link is in the top of the description. It's completely free. So you can just put your email in and we'll notify you of new releases on Black Friday. We're coming up with a lot of different releases on Black Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun no matter what genre you make, whether it's mid-tempo, whether you like vocals, guitars, whether you like trance, dubstep, hip-hop, orchestral, anything, you know. There's going to be a lot of stuff for a lot of people. But I have this heavy acapella to work with today, and this is at 105 BPM. So it's right down mid-tempo lane. So I'm going to utilize that in this way. So before I do anything, I'm just going to listen through and show you what the vocal sounds like. Just the vocal itself with its harmony.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing, hold on to something. Watch the planet fall, but you say nothing. Holding our breath, pull the trigger to kill. I wanted pace, now I'm too numb to fail. Raise your head up to the sky. This is our time to, don't you turn to wonder why. This is our time to die.
So I really enjoy that. I think there's some really useful parts, especially in this back end of the vocal right here. I enjoy that a lot. I really enjoy the stuff that this vocalist puts out. I think it's going to turn out pretty cool. So the first thing I want to do, I don't have to produce these vocals. These are good vocals. And I don't think I'm going to have to put too many effects on them, to be honest. Like, I don't think I'm going to have to process them too much. I don't know if it's good. Somehow create mid-tempo R&B hybrid. I don't know. I was thinking like a mid-tempo, I can make it almost cyberpunk style, maybe. Like synthwave and dubstep had a child, right? Like maybe I could do something like that. That could be kind of fun. But these seem very well EQ'd. They're nicely compressed. So I don't think I'm going to have to do terribly too much to them, but I am going to throw a couple of things just on their effect chain right away. And one of those is going to be an EQ, like I just did. And then another one is going to be serum effects, because I do want to add a little bit of soft clip distortion, I think. So I'm going to turn the drive all the way up, and then I'm just going to mix it down. I might do that before the EQ.
Rise your head up to the sky.
Every time I deal with screaming, I like to add a little bit of distortion in some way. So, you know, I enjoy just adding some soft clipping and then mixing that in. It works out pretty well usually. A little bit of delay.
Rise your head up to the sky. This is our time to, don't you die.
So that's cool. And a little bit of reverb as well. Okay, actually a lot of reverb.
Do not to fail.
This is Serum Effects, so you'd have to download Serum Effects separately from the X4 website. Just replying to this person here. So yeah, Serum Effects is free if you have Serum, so it's just a separate download. And there's really no reason, like I could do soft clipping and delay and reverb outside of Serum Effects. I just kind of like to use it in Serum Effects because it's a handy little channel rack. So that's pretty much my reasoning for using this here.
Tune up to fail, rise your head up to the sky.
That should be good for that, at least for right now. And then this one.
Raise your head up to the sky.
I think I can just take the exact same mixer track state and just drop it right into 21. And then what I can do here,
Raise your head up to the sky.
just give it a little more reverb and delay, maybe mix in the distortion a little more. And then I can also add some chorus to it. I do this all the time for my backing vocals, is I add this chorus.
Raise your head up to the sky.
And then I don't even change the settings here. I just mix it in.
Raise your head up to the sky.
And then it works really well as a backing vocal. It kind of surrounds the main vocal nicely.
Raise your head up to the sky.
So I'm a fan of this. I think this is that's pretty good basic processing for almost any vocal, in my opinion, at least for the styles of music that I make. But the next thing I want to do is I want to create a chord progression.
I can't stand it anymore.
And I don't think it's actually going to be that hard because the melody that the vocal is singing in the intro is actually pretty simple. It's not very complex and complicated. So I don't think it's going to be too hard to create a chord progression. Yeah. What key are we in here? We are in the key of D. D's a good key. I'm all right with D. Normally I'd go up to like maybe D sharp or E, but D's pretty all right. Yeah. So this is how I usually start my tracks when I have an acapella that I know I want to use, and I don't already have an idea to go on top of it. I usually just start with just piano chords.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down.
Yeah, D then C.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor.
And then I'm going to duplicate that. This is just going to be the bass line for our chords. I know it's very simple and very straightforward right now, but I'm going to add more things on top of it.
Why to the floor? Why don't to the floor? Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of.
Should I go there? Let's see, should I do this here?
More. Our words drop down to the floor. Our words drop down. Love is a casualty of war.
I'll start with that. I could do a basic minor triad at first.
I can't stand it anymore.
Nope.
Anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor.
Very simple, but I'm not too opposed to that right now.
Why don't we count the score? Score. 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 Love is a
Ooh, the major right here. That's not half bad. I don't know if I want to keep it, but
Why don't we count the score? Love is a Why don't love is a casualty of war?
and then it goes right back to the minor. I think that's a decent progression. It's not overly complicated. It's pretty simple. It's just kind of going down the scale in triads, but there's a nice sort of mix of dark and light moods.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war.
Yeah, the major there I think is a pretty good idea. It kind of adds a little switch up. It makes it more interesting. So there's some basic see the EQ, help for the note of the vocal. Yeah, I think like I could go in and figure out exactly the melody which the vocal is playing, but I don't think it's going to matter too much as long as it goes in with the chords. So I'm going to create an intro that's kind of atmospheric. I think it's going to be almost, it's going to have like some synthwave elements in it, and then it's going to build up into something more intense, something a little heavier. So that's sort of how I want to go about doing this first bit. So I think I'll go ahead and create and kind of find some synthy pad to use in the beginning, just to have as a nice background ambience to support the vocal. So let's see. I can take this synthwave pack in Flex. Flex is really good for some nice synthwave sounds. So I'm going to go tags. Do I want to just go pad? This seems to pop up for every tag. Okay, like there doesn't need to be this many tags for this sound. I hear this sound every time I open up Flex, and I don't know why it has so many tags. Maybe something like this.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to...
Whoa. CPU, what? Why? I'm doing nothing. There's nothing here. What's... Let me switch smart disable.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor.
What in the world? Why? I've done nothing. It's just Flex. Calm down.
I can't stand it anymore.
Is it just this Flex preset? Like if I tried this one? It's a terrible one, but...
I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah, it's just this preset. Why is it just that one? That's kind of annoying, but... You know what? I'm not a sound designer for nothing. Let's recreate that sound. I'm just going to do it in Serum. And I open up Serum as if it's going to be less CPU heavy, which normally is not the case, but I think it's actually going to be the case this time.
I can't stand it. I can't stand. I can't stand it anymore.
So we'll create the little filter shape.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words
Oh, that major is good. Wow.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is.
It still sounds a little too much like a cat.
I can't stand it anymore.
There it is.
Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we?
And then reverb and delay. So lush.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war.
And then multi-band compression.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war.
Nice. So that's pretty much, I mean, we remade the sound. That's nice.
I can't.
And I'm gonna throw this into 22. I need to make sure that I keep track of where my stuff is in the mixer, because I'm really bad at that. So this is going to be main vocals, and then this right here is going to be backing vocals. I misspelled that, but I'm not gonna bother. And then this is going to be, I'll call this just synth pad. I also misspelled that, but I'm not going to care. My keyboard is not very great.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor.
Yeah, I don't need to really do any processing for that. And the next thing I want to do is get some kind of pluck to play an ARP or something in the background. I really want to start that up. And I know I just went away from Flex, but I think I do want to go back into Flex, because I think it was just that preset that was being disagreeable. Is there any way in FL Studio to, in the piano roll, change the highlighting of the scale? The highlighting of the scale? You have a bunch of different stamps for scales here. If you go into this drop-down menu and go into stamp, you have a bunch of different scales here, if that's what you're looking for. Change the highlighting of the, are you talking about the notes? Because you could change the note color by going up here and just selecting whatever color you want. Like if you like blue, then you could go, or like purple, you could go and purple notes. So you can do whichever one of those you want. But
I can't stand it.
But anyway, Flex. Let's get. I kind of want to go back into the synthwave pack and then get some pluck. There's that sound again. I don't want you. No one wants you.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why?
I'm no good at soloing anything on a keyboard, but this sounds pretty cool.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why? I can't stand it. I can't stand.
Take this to a normal velocity.
I can't stand. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Why am I on 6/8? That's weird. I don't want to be on third beat.
I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it anymore.
Why not record recording notes than adjust, because I don't really know exactly what I want to play. It's like I'm not that great at playing. I was just kind of figuring out if that sound would work with the chords that I had. I don't really know what the melody is that I want to play, and I could figure it out, but for me, it's just I'm more used to figuring it out in the piano roll.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop. Our words drop down. Our words drop down to the floor. Our words drop down to the floor.
And then we can duplicate this, and then I can just step up to this one.
Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of.
And then we'll have to change up this second one.
Love is a love is a casual. Love is a casual. Love is a casual.
See, this is what I mean by I don't really know what I want to do. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go.
Love is a casual. Casualty of war.
So it starts at the A up there.
Casualty of war. Casualty of war. Casualty of war.
I want to go to the D, but I don't think it works with the chord.
Casualty of war. Love is a casualty of war. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the A.
I can't stand.
So now I can copy this, I can cut it, and then I can go to a new pattern, and I can paste it. And now we have it right here.
I can't stand it anymore.
Okay, let's be organized and throw it into a mixer track so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. 23, and this will be synth pluck, because it's kind of a plucky synth.
I can't stand it.
I want a little more verb on this. I want this to be nice and ambient. Maybe a little bit of OTT, question mark?
Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing, hold on.
Okay, that's cool.
I can't stand it.
All right, and now next up, what do I want for this? I want like a rolling bass to be in the intro, like a nice deep rolling bass. And I think I can get that also with Serum. This is pretty easy to do in almost any synth that gives you control. Flex doesn't really give you control. It gives you a lot of cool presets, but not really control. Drum roll. Drum roll becomes an arpeggio bass. That'd be cool. Composing fantasy soundtrack. That'd be interesting. I kind of like doing some soundtrack music. I think it's cool. At the end of the delay, vocal woo woo world. I don't know what that is. Maybe you can do classic hip hop rhythm. Maybe. I'll see what happens. But right now, what was I doing? I was just doing something. Rolling bass, exactly. So I'll take this saw wave, take it down an octave, add some of that unison, and then throw a low pass. I did it. There you go. It's a little quiet, but I'm not too worried about that. A little bit of tube. Some chorus. I can add a little bit of verb as well. Normally I don't add verb to my basses. It's not a good habit to get into. But in this situation, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. And now we're going to route this into 24. And this is just going to play the low note to the chords.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor.
Yeah, that kind of adds a deep, rich layer to everything. So now I can copy that, I can cut it, and I can paste it in a new pattern. And there it is.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war.
Have I tried the Vital Synth plugin? I haven't. I've seen it in use a little bit, and it looks really interesting. I don't know how much more useful it would be, you know, versus the plugins that I already use, but you know, it's pretty interesting from what I've seen.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the.
And I'm gonna add a high layer here
I can't stand it
of just these root notes.
anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't
Actually, no, it didn't sound as good as I wanted it to. I want to add strings. Strings are what I want to do next. So back to Flex. I basically, when it comes to my synth experience in FL Studio, as far as plugins goes, I'm constantly bouncing around between Harmor, Serum, and Flex. Just because anything I don't really have quick access to with Harmor and Serum seems to be solved by Flex. It's like Nexus. So normally I go cellos. But they're a little quiet. Yeah, I'll just go all strings. And then what happens if I just copy this pattern?
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score?
Okay, I have everything kind of holding out right now, so I think what I want to do is... There we go. I think what I want to do is I want this to be a little faster.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war.
Like that. So I'm going to copy this and cut it and then paste it in a new pattern just like we've been doing. So I have some melodic elements to work with in this track.
I can't stand it anymore.
This is going to go into 25 and I'm going to add some reverb to this.
I can't.
I forgot to label this rolling bass. There we go. Strings. Reverb.
Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing. Hold on to something. What's the planet?
Pigment is a really dope plugin. I've never I haven't used it too much. Like it wasn't super useful for me personally, but it is a really cool vocal plugin, sorry. Where did you get the vocal? This is the vocal that is going to be released soon on Black Friday in a new Ghosthack package of other heavier vocals like it. If you want to sign up for the Black Friday early access list, link in the description below.
I can't stand.
But right now the vocals are kind of getting drowned out, so I want to take everything else. I'm going to lower it down a little bit.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing. Hold on to something. What's the planet for?
Okay, I have some ideas as far as drums goes. I feel like, what if I had like some war drums in here? like some cinematic I think that would be really cool. And then later we could go into something faster when it gets into the more mid-tempo part of it, because I do want to add some like mid-tempo elements in there, but that's not a necessary portion of this track. The necessary portion was the vocals. So Quantum Force Volume 2 is what I want to go into for this one, because it has a lot of big drum hits. I really like the big drums, and then it has like layered drums for cinematic music production. So I just want to take some of these big drums. Yeah, you did say hip hop rhythms. I don't know. It could. I guess that's kind of a hip hop rhythm. I don't know. Those epic hits are nice. That'd be cool for like the tail of the snare bit.
War worlds clashing, hold on to something.
Nah, it's not strong enough. That's a good one.
War worlds clashing, hold on to something.
Yeah, and I'll add more. Yeah, something like that. So let me move these up here. And then I can deal with these drums.
Worlds clashing, hold on to something.
Okay, I want one of these to be the first hit. Yeah. And I'll get a layer for that snare part to make it sound different, but I need to mix these in real quick. This is going to go into, I'll do this in 1918. So this will be 18. This will also be 18 because I want like the kick ones to all go in the same channel, and then the snare one to go in a different channel. 18, and then this one into 19. In my master chain, I have a Maximus right here. Well, there's an EQ first off, cutting everything below here, but there's a Maximus, and on the master, I have the pre set down -6. So it's okay if I boost up these, above 0 dB. It's not going to make the master clip.
Worlds clashing, hold on to something.
But I do want to throw, maybe I could just throw a sound goodizer on it just to make it a little bit thicker real quick. Or not a transient shaper. Sound goodizer.
Hold on to some.
Maybe the snare has less low end. Woo!
Worlds clashing, hold on to something. What's the planet for, but you say nothing.
Okay, I like the kicks, but the snare needs another layer. Needs something higher frequency. Something sizzly, maybe. Metals. I like those cymbals, but not for this. Timpanis, whooshes. Maybe we could try, let's see, we could try Quantum Force Volume 1. That's always an option. Let's see, Ghosthack. I know my alphabet. Quantum Force, yeah. Oh, look, we have anvils, Cajun cymbals.
I can't store world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet for? War world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet for? But you say nothing. War.
I'm going to add that for right now, and if I find a better layer, then I'll use that. But I think the cymbal sounds kind of nice over the snare, and I can just turn it down.
War world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet for? But you say.
What are these? Oh, okay, that's cool, but not for this. Frame drums. Layered hits, metal hits. I'd take those if they were a little more stereo.
War world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet for? But you say nothing. War world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet? War world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet for? Casualty of war world.
And then there needs to be something like sucking back into that part. So I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to make it unique, and then I'm going to reverse it. Just like that.
Casualty of war world's question. Hold on to something. What's the planet for? But you say nothing. Holding our breath, pull the trigger to kill. I wanted base, now I'm tuned up to fail.
Yeah, a thick respace is actually a really good idea. Right now, let me go ahead and save this. I'm just going to save it on my desktop. It's going to be stream heavy vocal thing.
Casualty of war world's question.
Yeah, that isn't technically a respace. It is a nice rolling bass. But it isn't really Reese. I could make something that's Reese and heavy, unless I just took a respace that I already had. And then, because I did have a tutorial on a pretty cool respace. Let me see if I can find it. Basses. Let's see, my preset basses. Okay. Heavy Reese. Yeah, this is a respace that I did a tutorial on the Ghosthack channel. I could try using that.
Casualty.
Doesn't sound half bad. I can kind of darken it up. And this could be a layer to the rolling bass. Like that. And then I need to make it a little wider. A little unconventional, but that sounds cool. That can just be going on in the background, reverb. And that could add a heavier elements to this. Yeah, and that actually sounds really good. I like that idea. And now I can copy this and cut it and then paste it into a new pattern, just like we've been doing. And now let's just utilize that right when these drums come in, so it's even heavier. I kind of want delay on this snare. Just a little bit of delay, so I'm going to take Fruity Delay 2. Set it to 4. And then I want to change this cutoff. Like that. And now that I've done all this, I want to add more reverb on these vocals. If I could play electric guitar, that'd be awesome. I would totally pull out an electric guitar on this track. That would be great. Okay, here's the question. Do these chords work with this part of the vocal? Rise your head up to the sky. This is our time to don't you turn to wonder why. This is our time to die. The answer is they work amazingly. To wonder why. And then it could hit just like a big impact on that breakdown. And then once it goes into there, it is going to go into a breakdown. It's going to build up, and then it's going to build up into a heavier drop, and then it's going to go mid-tempo. That's going to be awesome. Should get shredded. I do have Odin. I do have the Odin for electric guitars, the Odin 2. If I wanted to do that. But I don't think I want to do that, because if I were to add guitars on this, I'd want to add like a guitar solo, and I really don't like doing that with virtual guitars. I'd much rather that be an actual guitar. It just doesn't hit the same way. Also, it's very CPU heavy, and while I'm streaming, it's usually not a great idea to pull out the Odin. But and then I'm going to have this impact here. Oh, and this is where I can make this unique. And then these short strings turn into long strings. So it's just even more ambient and open, and I can add more layers. And this would just be a really thick part where the vocal is nice and, I don't even need to necessarily do this. I could just go like this. Let me take all this back, and then there. And then I could go tools, glue. There. Oh, these are staccato. I forgot they're staccato. Okay, I have to duplicate this. Let me clone it. And then do all strings sustain. And now I can copy this and paste this here. I forgot that doesn't have articulations. Yeah, and then I'll take this right here. This is going to be really useful for transitions. Just right there. That sounds so good. Time to don't you dare to wonder why this is our time to die. Yeah, and then I need just a bigger impact to go right here. Just something a little heavier and more epic, which I can take from Rhythm Essentials. Pop it into a rhythm pack already. Which one? Rhythm Essentials 2020, I believe is what this is called. I like this one. Well, maybe I could see what impacts are in here. This is Rhythm Essentials Volume 2. Yeah, I'll just take a little clap impact. I need risers right here. I need just it to like rise up at this one part. This is going to be really epic. Let's see, I have downshifters. Yeah, I'll take a downshifter and then I'll reverse it. I'm looking forward to this. I always wonder why nobody made a J-pop style song. I have never made J-pop before. That's not something that I've ever done. It's not really a style that I listen to. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'll never do it, but I don't necessarily see that in my own personal future. Okay, so I need. I'm kind of playing the same thing over again. I want to make over and over again. I want to make sure that I keep things moving. That has a decent intro. Okay, this needs to be stereo, so I can use this quick stereo delay. Don't you start to wonder why. And then I'll take a reverse cymbal to just do a quick whoosh, just right at the front. So let's take a crash. Any one of these would do. I'll take a China. Gonna make sure my head's not in the way here. Yeah, I'm not blocking the screen.
This is our this is our time to die. This is our time to die.
Yeah, and then I'll bring in heavier drums. I'll get a couple of toms in here, and then that'll break down into a... I'll get like claps and stuff, and then that'll be building up. And it'll probably drop about 33. So the next thing I want to do is probably just get some heavier drums, because I do want to lay down a basic area where we're going to do the drop. Or, well, maybe.
This is our time to die.
Yeah, I kind of want to deal with this impact actually first. Let's see. Yeah, how long have we been going? Yeah, almost an hour. We'll take this.
It's our time to die.
So we need heavy drum hit right there. For drums, I'm probably going to go into the Ultimate Producer Bundle 2020 exclusive drum hits, because they're pretty good. Hard and heavy kicks. It's a solid kick.
Time to die, to die.
This kick could have more bass in it, but that's okay. I can mix that in. And I do want to add like a sub drop right there. So I can take see, sound effects. Yeah, a little sub drop.
Time to die.
I'm going to route this kick. It's a pretty nice kick, so I'm just going to go ahead and route it into 1. Actually, no, that's probably not a good idea. Oof, yeah. I'm going to use my template that is already set up here for drums, and I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go into the kick. Yeah, so there's an empty kick. And now let me go back to the kick I just had, because I want to throw it into the channel rack instead of just throwing it in as an audio file. Oh, that one's good. And then, should I go ahead and pick a snare for the drop? Maybe I should. Maybe that would be a good thing to do. So it's going to be double time. But on the snare, I do also want the kick to hit. But I don't want the kick to hit quite as hard. So what I'm going to do is on the snare pattern. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. On the snare pattern, I'm going to go ahead and place a kick drum. Let's see, why doesn't that work? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and place the kick drum, but I'm going to make the kick drum a little less powerful. This isn't where the drop is going to start. I'm just figuring out these drums right now. So I might as well, in that case, just throw these over here. Then I'll take kick, drop that there. And then I need a snare to layer with the kick. So not soft and small, I want snares. And then, yeah, I'll pick a heavy snare. this snare is not high enough velocity.
I can't.
Oh, I know why. Here. It's not loud enough because I have to crank it through the wave shaper.
I can't.
There we go. Because the kick is about there, so I'm going to go into the wave shaper.
I can't stand it.
Oh, the pack of this drum pack right now is available on the Ghosthack website. This is the exclusive drums inside the Ultimate Producer Bundle 2020.
I can't stand.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. That's probably going to change. I'm gonna figure out what I want when I hear some bass in here. But for right now, I'm just going to leave that as is. Why is the snare so much louder than the kick?
Is our time to die? Is our time to die?
And then what do I want to hit right here?
Die, die, die,
I don't think I want to go back into a chord progression.
die.
I kind of want the chords to just repeat that one chord. And then it could be like rising up right here. I definitely don't want that though. I think I want this. Yeah, I like this. And then I need a ton of like delay and reverb on this vocal right here. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to route all of these vocals into tracks. Oh, I forgot to name these. There's a couple in here. What's going on in here? Oh, these are the drums. So this is going to be war snare. And this is going to be war kick. War kick. I added a little thing at the end of snare, but I don't really care. I'm going to route all the vocals into this one. This is just going to be the main vocals track. So let's highlight these. And then let's route to this track only. And then what I want to do is I want to just add a serum effects with a big delay and reverb. And I just want that to kind of fade out. Let's see. Oh, we don't have a super chat option yet in here, but we appreciate the thought. Maybe that'll come in the future. Maybe that'll be a good thing to set up. Let's see. So let's create this automation clip, and I want this automation clip to come in just right here with all this reverb.
Is our time to die?
Ooh, that's cool.
Is our time to die?
I appreciate the thought, but we'll talk about we'll talk about getting super chats set up in the future.
It's our time to die.
And then maybe it would be really cool to have some kind of Bram. I don't know how it's pronounced exactly. BRAAM. I can go into, let's see, which package was it? It was the Trailer Sound Effects Volume 2, and get one of these. That one's really nice.
It's our time to.
But it's an F, so I'm going to need to go 1, 2, 3 semitones down. Ooh.
It's our time to die. It's our time to die.
And then I can just add like a ton of reverb to that. So this is going to 27.
It's our time to.
So crap ton of reverb.
It's our time to die.
And then things are going to have to start building up from here. So like these chords. Let's see. I'm going to have to pitch bend these around. So let's make sure this goes up 12. And then I can turn this to 12. And that could be a nice riser. So yeah, let's take that. Why did I exit out of there? There we go. And let's create this automation clip. And so now this can just start rising upward. And then I want it to cut right there. I don't think I want anything else happening after this. And then I'll add some fill right there. I'll bring the vocal back. Maybe I'll do a different version of.
This is our time to.
And then it'll go. And it'll go like. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. The next thing I want to create an automation clip for is going to be, because I'm going to have to change the pitch of these, it's probably going to be this one. So right here, I'm just going to do the same thing as I did with the other serum. Let's see, this is in instruments. Yeah, here we are. And now let's go up 12. And then change this to 12. And create our automation clip. And it's going to be exactly the same as the other one. I could have linked it to the controller. I could have said this automation clip is going to control both of those, but I don't really care. Let's see. How does the song sound so far? Can you play it once from the beginning? That's probably a good idea. Once I add a couple more things in the build-up that I know I want to add, I will play the song from the beginning, and I'll fix anything that sounds too repetitive, and I'll see what else I need to add. Okay, yeah, now the strings are definitely getting a little jarring, being that in tune while everything else is rising up. So we're gonna have to control these as well. Let's go 12. Cool. So we can just create another automation clip. All automation clips doing exactly the same thing. And I think I want this to end at the last string hit. I feel like I want these to end all right. Just on the correct note. Yeah, and it's going to go into heavier stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, before I add anything else in the build-up, there's plenty I need to add into the build-up. I'm just going to go ahead and play what I have so far. It's basically just a cinematic, synthy, ambient intro.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing, hold on to something. Watch the planet fall, but you say nothing. Holding our breaths, pull the trigger to kill. I wanted pace, now I'm too numb to fail. Raise your head up to the sky. This is our time to don't you dare to wonder why. This is our time to die.
Okay, clearly that needs to hit harder. And then Big Phil. Yeah. Okay, so it needs to hit nice and hard right there.
Time to die.
What could I use to make that hit just really hard and really big? I can go back into the impacts and try to get something that's nice and thick. Quantum Force Volume 2. Let's see. Or maybe,
Time to die. Time to die.
Gonna have to just pound something through the master.
Time to die. Time to die. Time to die. Time to die. Time to die.
Yeah, I could get a faster synth. That's gonna be volume increases, yeah.
Time to die.
I could get a faster synth in the background. That's gonna be pretty useful.
Time to die.
So this is gonna be a new impact. 16.
Time to die.
It's going through the master so heavy. But I have it going -6 down here. So it's being controlled more. And then there's the threshold of saturation. So I'm not actually clipping. And then just a lot of reverb. I'm gonna have a hard time making the drop heavier than this.
Time to die. 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 Don't you see? This is our time to die. This is our time to die.
I really do like this kick. But maybe the high end's a little clicky.
Our time to die. This is our time to die.
Yeah, what if I took a drum kit, like a legit, like a metal drum kit or something like that? I keep going through different ideas because I just have a bunch of things going on up here. But if I took some like metal drum kit and had like a fill that was more realistic. Unfortunately, I don't have a good drum machine yet. I'm going to get one soon, but I do have FPC that has my let's see, metal kit 2. Let's take metal kit 2. Hopefully it won't take too long to find these samples. You'd add strings fill before it says die. Yeah, that could be cool. What about roll drums before the kick? Oh yeah, I did do roll drums in a previous stream where I went like a cinematic roll. That would be cool. Okay. Orchestral metal.
This is our time.
That would be fun. And then toms. Used to be a flam snare. Yeah. Nope. It didn't line up right.
Wonder why this is our time to die.
Yeah, like that. And then I need like a crash cymbal. That's what I needed. Know what? I was missing something. I definitely need a crash cymbal.
Is our time to die. Is our time to die.
Maybe I could add 2 toms.
Is our time to die.
Nah, I'd prefer 1.
Is our time to die.
And then maybe I'll utilize this metal kit in the future as well, so I can go ahead and put this in here. This will be Big Impact. And then this will be metal kit. Let's see. Ending the reverb. Let's see about automating it before it. I think I know what you're talking about, and I may do that as far as automating the reverb, but I'll get to that eventually. Let's see. Can you add strings? Strings do better. I feel those strings. I do have strings going on. I don't know if I want to add too many of those because I still want to make this sort of synth based, but maybe I'll boost up the strings later. Oh, no. Wait. This is not what I wanted. I want these all to be routed into one track. That's not what's up. This should be, oh, okay, I have to change the output, that's it. Output 2. Nope. It was already set to go to specific channels in my mixer track, because usually I have this when I have like my metal template open. So right now I just have to make sure that they're all going into the same channel. There we go. Now they're all going in the same channel. And I basically just have to make these stronger. So a little bit of soft clipping. And maybe some sound goodizer all the time. A little bit more verb. Cut the low end. Nice.
This is our time to die. Time to die. Time to.
And then how about some transient shaping? Not too much of that though. Wave shaper. Yeah. I'm totally cool with adding a little bit of distortion on top of this. I don't have a problem with it distorting. Whoa.
This is our time to die. This is our time to die.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Also, TR5. And drums to make it really fat. TR5. I don't know about that one. Oh, we got people from a lot of different places.
This is our time to die. This is our time to die. This is our time to die. This is our time to die.
Okay, crash cymbal. Yeah, I just said I wanted a crash cymbal, so that's the next thing I want to add. Let me go into my sample packs. Good crash cymbals. I can find those a lot of different places. I'm going to go to the Platinum Producer Bundle, EDM District. I usually like the crash cymbals in here.
This is our time to die. This is our time to die.
It's a good crash cymbal, but it's not quite long enough. I sort of want maybe something trappy. Yeah, this is more cinematic.
This is our time to die. This is time to die.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Time to die.
Oh yeah. I really do like that fill.
Time to die.
All right, and now we have to add some risers and stuff to this build up, which we already have a couple right here. And then I'm going to want to cut the reverb probably. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load up a limiter. Have it not limit at all and just control the gain. And then, yeah, this can go just up here. And I just want to take it down in this moment right here. Yeah, so it shuts up. And yeah, I don't mind. There's a little bit of reverb on some other things, but I really don't mind that. And what I would do right here is I would hint at the stuff that happens in the drop. So I think that's the next thing I want to work on is I want to go right into the drop because this intro sounds pretty solid.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing, hold on to something.
A phaser at the buildup. That would be really cool. So I'd have to get a I feel like a phaser, like a white noise phasery sound would be really cool. So I'm actually going to go into this construction kit here. Yeah, this comes with the Rhythm Revolution 2 package. And it has this, let's see, where is it? One shot. Should be phaser noise. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse it. I'm basically going to make that into a riser. That's cool. Let's see, why do I use Fruity Limiter instead of Fruity Balance? No reason. It's a volume knob. It's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, now I definitely have to get into the drop because I'm going to have to hint at things in, like, I'm going to have to hint at drop elements during the buildup. This transitionary moment here is going to be where I transition from just big ambient music into, like, you know, heavy mid-tempo stuff. So yeah, add more bleeping noises and make cyber vibes. Yeah, I'm going to have to mix in the cyber vibes, definitely. But let's see, what I want to do here first is I want to create some kind of bass pattern. And I don't exactly know how I want to start it. I know I want some kind of plucking bass to, it's like almost a machine gun bass. I have a sub here, which I think there's stuff on the sub chain right now that's kind of unnecessary. Yeah, it's fine. I can leave the sub like that. But I do want to have some kind of bass that's really strong and plucky. It's in D, so we're going to make a nice deep sound. So this is what I usually do when I'm making machine gun like pluck basses, because I do want this to be kind of a machine gun bass, not like death step, you know what I'm saying? But I do want it to be plucky. I want to take a wavetable. I'll stick with a classic monster. Yeah, Monster 7's nice. We're getting into some sound design, ladies and gents. For the sub, I used Citrus. I actually have a tutorial about how to sub bass on the Ghosthack channel. So if you just go to the Ghosthack channel and search up sub, then my video should come up on how I make my sub basses. But yeah, back to Serum. So you want to listen to my music. I haven't released much music like through my own alias in a while, but you can find me on SoundCloud and Spotify and YouTube as RUBICS, like Rubik's the Cube, but it's spelled with a C instead of a K. I was very creative when I made that one. I'm probably going to have a version of this as fast, and then a version that's not. But now since I've made that, let me turn this level down, and then I can pull up a sine wave and then FM it. And now let's mess around with these bend plus minus. That's kind of cool. I do want to have something like a, let's see. I love you guys too. It gets nice and gnarly with this FM. And now let's add some multi-band compression. It's sounding kind of weird right now, but I'm going to go ahead and route it through my let's see, route it through my thick rack, which you can find a tutorial for on the Ghosthack YouTube channel as well. Oh, this would sound really dope as a... Yeah, it's kind of coming together a little more. Yeah, you're starting to see like something resembling an idea. Oh, I'm in a different pattern. No, it doesn't work on all kinds of basses, but it works well. Usually when it doesn't work well, I just have to turn down the input to it. But it doesn't work well on all kinds of basses. It's just the one that I use for my basses. Yeah, something like that. And even if I layer this, which I'm probably going to I'm definitely going to add layers to this. Probably going to definitely add layers to it. But when I layer this, I'm going to add some other things on top to make it sound thicker and wider and heavier. Need some distortion. Should I just go tube distortion? Ooh, that's crunchy. Phaser. Nah, it doesn't make it any stronger. Chorus. Maybe I could do something with the EQ. Ooh. That's a lot of fun. Oh, bit crushing. That's a good idea. There is already some OTT on it. I can always add more OTT. Let's see. Where are we? Sample and hold. Ooh, I'm getting the classic yoys. I'm doing some classic yoy action here. But if it's like a cyberpunk thing, then it works, you know? It sounds good. Like, part of me is like, no, don't do the classic yoy. Don't do the yoy bass. But then there's the other part that's like, but it sounds good though. You know, you have to figure out when something is overdone to the point where you're like, no, I can't do that anymore. But if it still sounds good. I can't dog muzzle myself too much. I can't tell myself not to do something if it sounds good. Yeah, I can mix it in like that maybe. Cause I do kind of like how I do like the yoy. I'll stick with the yoy. I'll do that. But I am going to still layer it. But what exactly I want to layer it with, I don't know. Let me try the pluck that I always use from Harmer. I made a pluck. I've used this in plenty of tracks, but I took one of these presets. I'm pretty sure it was this one, and then I just edited it a little bit to make it a little harder. It's not strong at all right now. But if I route it through 32, and then I can throw my thick rack on it. Yeah, this would be an example of where the thick rack doesn't work very well. Partially because of this reverb. But then there's also just plenty of decay on this. So I have to edit this to be a little bit better for the thick rack. There, so that could just be a nice solid layer. And then I could add something like I have some like something. What am I talking about? What noises am I making out of my mouth? Some sort of kind of impact transient thing to go right when those hit. Let's see, maybe automate. Maybe automate what? Let's see, almost like hybrid trap. Yeah, it's like a weird mix. I don't know. I ended up liking the snare as well. You're not that late. I mean, this stream is going to be up. I've been going for a little over an hour and a half. This stream is going to be up on YouTube after as well, so I'm not going away. Okay, that's interesting. I want to get some kind of impact, something gunshotty. I don't know. I want to layer some kind of effect with this. Maybe I could get my glitch basses. I have a folder of glitch basses that I've made using Fracture. Those are some good sounds. That's also really cool. Maybe I want that instead. I like making big, long files of like glitchy, messy weirdness using the Fracture plugin, because I can just use them for a lot of different things. And then I can get a little hit in here. This one's particularly weird. Oh, like that's cool. Ah, that's cool. Transformer noises. Oh, that's weird. I like this one hit. That's a fun little hit. That's a funny little moment. I think I can find some, I think I can, at the end, yeah. That does sound like a laugh. I think I used the fracture of VST to, well, no, it's not a VST. Well, it's an effect. A VST would be, it's not an instrument, it's an effect plugin. I think it is technically a VST, but it's called Fracture. I think there's also a tutorial on me making glitchy, bassy weirdness with Fracture on the Ghosthack YouTube channel. And I'm just going to kind of use bits and pieces in between. And I kind of like this moment because it's in key. Like different patterns I could try out. Ooh. And I could layer that with some other basses. Yeah, that's cool. It's in A. What if I go low? Whew. That's cool, but I think I want to take this one low. Because I like how it goes from D to A. Ooh. Pitch them down. No, I don't think I want to. I kind of like how it's in. I kind of like how it's in A. And then I would repeat this with a slightly different pattern. Oh, and I forgot the sidechain. I'm going to have to sidechain this as well. I have to route things to sidechain channels. Let's see, like basses like these with Harmer. I don't actually know. I made it using What is the plugin I just said? Fracture. I made it using Fracture, and I don't exactly know how to achieve that without using the elements that Fracture has in it. It was basically just like some glitchy bass sound that I ran through there. Like it was already a sample that I had made somehow. I don't remember what the original sounded like. And then I ran it through there and it glitched it and messed it up. So I'm not really sure how to do that just in Harmor, but... And now sidechain time. That's definitely a thing. In this template that I have set up, I have the kick and snare patterns here. I'm not using the kick and snare as audio files. I'm using my template for once in my life. My own template that I made for myself, I'm actually using. Surprise, surprise. But I have a sidechain trigger already set up, so I just have to route some things through the sidechain. And so I'm just going to route these through the basses. These two right here. Yeah, it sounds a little better. And these glitchy basses are going to go through 33. And then right to the basses. Yeah, and then there's going to have to be a change up here as well. I actually don't have the sub doing anything yet. I should probably do that. On the basses group, I'll go ahead and enable the subcut. Along with the tad bit of reverb that I like to add to my basses, and I'll layer the sub under this, and then I'll make a hit like for the beginning and all this stuff like that. And let's shorten these sub hits. Chord stabs would be pretty cool. What in the world is going on with my FL? Okay. And I should probably create a sub right here just to sort of slide around. And I'll have it slide up to the A. It'll start on the D and it'll slide up to the A. And we need more basses to go in these in-between spaces. Basses to go in the spaces. It sounds so empty with absolutely nothing there. But definitely you have to have something gnarly to go on this first hit. So I don't know exactly what I want to do. Maybe I could make something in Harmor. I just could create something pretty understandable and straightforward. Not this straightforward. Or what if I have... Let's see. I could do my Haram bass. It's pretty gnarly. Ooh. Kazoo fill as the drop. Okay, you know what? I'm going to address this really quick. Is because in the video that I did where I was making music with toy noisemakers, some of y'all are making fun of me for using the kazoo the wrong way, for blowing it like this. And they were saying what you have to do is you have to do this, but you have to hum into it. But let me tell you something. It still doesn't work. Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, no, it still doesn't work well. It's still a piece of garbage. To be fair, even though it didn't work in the video, it is still a piece of garbage. Yeah. I kind of like this haram. What? That's not what I meant to do. Hello, that's me. I hit something on my keyboard. Anyway. Yeah, I want to use this. Let's thick rack. This is what happens when you put images of things into Harmor. And you mess them up. But I can make this even thicker. Where's Wave Shaper? Whoa. Gonna have to make sure. What's this envelope like? Whoa. What if I... Oh, it sounds kind of cool. I'm not going to do the pluck like I did before. It's very stereo. I also like that. Oh, that's interesting. Now I'm going to have to go in and affect this. No, not this one. Oh, wait a second. I added it to the wrong channel. Actually, I'm going to leave this one as the Harambe one, and this one right here is going to be the... Uh-oh. Is going to be this glitchy audio. This is what happens when I'm not organized. So I have to stay organized. This is going to be yoy. This one. Heavy pluck. Even though the other one is heavier, but the other one is yoy, so I don't really have to worry about that. This is haram bass. And then this one is the glitchy mess. Glitchy. And then I need Harambe to hit right here as well. Whoa, hello. Secret of making cool basses in Armor. Yeah, layer that with the sampled bass. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Thank you for that. Sounds so stupid. Sounds so weird. Whoa. Oh, that's nasty. I'm going to make this unique. What if I add some stereo delay? Damn. Yeah, it sounds really cool. I like that. There should be brass in here.
Time to die.
So I'm going to cut this right here. Actually, I don't even think I need to do that. Harmor is very powerful. Yes, Minecraft is down there. I'm gonna have to create an automation clip for this. Someone was getting at me before for not using Fruity Balance, so here we are. I can create an automation clip, and this is just going to come in for this moment. It's going to come down. There we go. It's actually going to come down even further. Yeah, that's a good like tonal layer. So I just have to make sure that when this Brahm, however it's pronounced, hits, that over here that it is full volume.
This is our time to die.
Which means I have to stretch this out, and this goes up.
This is our time to die.
Oh boy, not that much. Woohoo! Copy this value, paste it.
This is our time to die.
Oh, my CPU, okay. Let's make horn on strike 1B after kick second repeating bar. I'm not sure I understand. The drop needs to get a lot heavier. This is why I usually do my drops first and then my intro second, is that the intro, so that the intro doesn't overshadow the drop. But there's still a lot that I can do to this drop. Such as we haven't added any kind of cymbals except for that crash that I just added right now. So I am going to go ahead and add some cymbals. I have ultimate mid-tempo attack. Let me see if there's some stuff in here. There's fills, that's cool. Build-up drums, that's nice. And they have stuff at 105, that's awesome. Drum loops. I just want some basic stuff. This snare right here is from the Ultimate Producer Bundle 2020 exclusive drums. I use it all the time. Normally I don't use drum loops, but I'm really not opposed to using drum loops in this scenario because I'm just doing really simple stuff. And these drum loops are so good. It's like when I hear something, like for so long I've been not using drum loops, but then I started like trying to undo that from my brain, like undo that sense of, no, you can't use drum loops. Trying to like take that out of my brain. And since I've done that, producing has been so much more fun. Like honestly, it's not as impeding as so many people think. Like drum loops are so useful. That's kind of cool. So I'm cool with that. And then I want to take like a little cymbal just to hit on every kick and every snare. So drum shots. Let's see. Have hi-hats, rides. Yeah. Yeah, but a choir hit. Choir hit's cool. See, oh, just change to Marshall. Bass is crazy. Awesome. I have to turn these down. Let's see, all the basses that I've sort of made and used, you can find earlier in the stream. I have a few different basses going on here. I have the sub, pretty simple. I have the not the Harmer bass, the Serum bass. I have the Harmer bass, the Haram bass. And then I have the glitch basses. And then I need a different crash right there. Didn't I have a crash earlier? Let's see, I had, which one was it? That's a ride. I did bring a crash in here. That's whatever. I'll figure out the other crash in a second. But let's see. Saying Haram, the Haram bass. I've gotten so used to it. I've had that preset forever that it doesn't even faze me anymore. But every time I show it to anyone, they die. And I need something to go right here. I need a heavy hit. Okay, so I should probably do something in Serum because Serum's dope. What would happen if I made something not dissimilar from a saw wave? It's thick rack time. What in the world did I just load? Oh no, I don't want to load that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's for vocal chops. Woo! That's just a saw wave through the thick rack.
I can't stand it.
And now I just heard the vocal reverb on top of this, and I'm really excited to add some of that. So I'm just going to lay down the note. Why does that sound cool? It's like I'm not going to use it, but that's cool. Two saw waves. Nah, that's dumb. Maybe I could take some. I'll go back to the monsters. The monsters are really reliable. What am I doing? Eight-bit strummed chords. I don't know. That would be like chiptune, some chiptune stuff. I don't know if I want to do chiptune stuff. But I want to make something deep and gnarly. But when I add the saw, it's so cool. And that's just solid. Make some pew pew. Yeah, I can do some pew pews. What if I, let's see, this tube. What if I added downsampling? A little bit of that to the top. And then I can add my growler, my generic, add some FL keys. Yeah, exactly what this track needs. What would happen if I did this? Weird. I'm not gonna use it, but it's weird. Anyway, I want to add my little growler plugin. To give it more of a gnarly kind of Virtual Riot growl tone. But then I need like a high pass filter or something. That's cool. A real cyberpunk producer, but I can't speak. I'm a real cyberpunk producer. Need some hyperdimension. It sounds cool. It doesn't quite fit in yet. Who dares to put the dislike? They disliked the video. Plot twist, it was me. It's okay, the dislikes actually help us out anyway. That's an interesting sound. What if I extend it? And then I add like some, what's it called? Where it's, you know, like a zzz, like tape stop. That's it. What if I were to add some tape stop? First off, it needs more wave shaper. But what would happen if I were to add a tape stop using Glitch 2? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to clear this. And then, where is it? Tape stop. Ooh. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll do this before all the effects. Ooh. And then I'll take the volume down. I get really nitty gritty into the details for this kind of stuff. Disliked by a beat maker. Yeah. No hate to beat makers. I need to just shorten this note. Oh, there's so much sub down there. Oh, I have to route it into the basses. Okay. Oh yeah, now it's sidechaining too. Ah, now it fits in better. Okay. Okay, it's coming together. I feel like this needs to be stereo too, so let me make it unique and then add a little bit of stereo delay. Oh, that's very stereo. Never mind. I take it back. It's extremely stereo. Ooh. Someone said pitch bend on that bass. I don't know what bass they're referring to, but I'm imagining a da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. That could be kind of cool. I might do that for a change-up. But for right now, I need to finish up filling out like this section. So this, if I were to just repeat everything, this would go here. And I think I do want to do that, but I think I want to duplicate this or clone it, and I want to make some changes. Like maybe this one goes. What did the original sound like? Someone's saying choir hit on the last snare. Could be a good idea. There's something there. Let me see. And then this one. Ooh. Ah, that's kind of nice. It's weird. Like, it really definitely is weird. But I'm not against it. Yeah, I can hear that just So let me see if I have a choir here. Let me save this first off, and let me do some CPU optimization. I'm going to turn this to 48. Not a problem there. And then this is already at the highest buffer length. Okay, that's cool. And then switch smart disable for all plugins. And now let me get like an ah sound. Let me get an ah. If I go into flex, it should have some ahs. If I just go all, and then choir ahs. These ones sound a little digital.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to.
Ooh, that's cool. I am actually going to use those. I'm going to create a new pattern. Because they sound kind of bit crushed, but I'm okay with that. I'm gonna have to take out the all the reverb and delay and stuff. So let me go into here. So I want them to shut up like as soon as Whoa, hello. That was weird. I don't know if that picked up on stream, but I've never seen that happen before. Let's see. I said, what is ignoring me? And I hear the same thing. What? What do you mean I'm ignoring you? I'm doing the choir hit on the last snare. They do need reverb and stuff. They just need to shut up as soon as the choir ends. That's a good one. Then I would need the final the chord. What's it called when you complete a chord progression? I forget what the word is, but I need the legitimate. Yeah. Ooh. Resolution. There it is. My man. All right. Use the vocals from the intro. Yeah, I heard the this big delay. I heard that happening over all this. and it was awesome. So I'm totally a fan of doing that.
This is our time. This is our time to die.
So I'm going to take, these vocals and then just throw these down here.
This is our time to die.
Not there, that's not what I meant to do, but that sounds kind of cool.
This is our time to die. Die. This is our time to. This is our time to die. Time to die. This is our time to die. Time to die. Time to die.
I don't know if that's how I want to do that fill, but I definitely want the reverb in the tail.
Die.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to render out the vocal. Let's see.
Die.
I'm going to just go into the vocals chain, and I'm going to get an Edison, and I'm going to just record out what the vocal does.
Die.
And I want to use the tail of that. So let's drag this in here. I can delete this.
Die.
And then I can fade this, just crossfade. And I can line it up exactly how I want. And then I can loop it. I can create a loop, like someone was saying, kind of like repeat the die throughout the drop. Yeah, and like sidechain to the drums. Ooh, those choirs are good. They need some work, but they're good. I'm going to route these into a different track. What is this?
I can't.
Okay, so these are going to go into 28.
I can't.
And this will be ambient vocals. And they're going to route the sidechain. And they need compression. So I want them to be going in the background like all the time. Reverb to the reverb. Yeah, this needs work. But but I like the idea. Where's the strings? Let me copy this. Yeah, like that. Then I have to add like a glitchy thing here. It's so weird. Why does that sound kind of cool? I could add that as a change up. Yeah, it does kind of sound like a car not starting. You know, someone said it sounded like a laugh earlier, and that's what was funny to me. But let's see what other elements we can add in here. Yeah, once these strings come in, I can create a string pattern to go with it. What? Okay, there we are. A little bit laggy, but that's all right. It's all right. Let me merge pattern clips. And then it goes up to the A, so would that work? Oh. I like it. This is going through the side chaining. Also, synth stuff. I really liked this right here. I'm gonna test it out, but I don't think it's going to work if I just layer it over the drop. Yeah, no, it doesn't work if I just layer it like that, but maybe it can be utilized in some way. Okay, I'm going to make sure that the sub is following the basses everywhere they need to be, and then I'm going to work on the build up to this. Oh yeah, let's make sure the basses are all routed through the basses channel. Yeah. And let's fade this down. Let's boost the sub. There's no sub happening in that area, but it sounds like there is. Oh wait, I forgot. I want to do this. In this, I want there to also be, where's that? Let's see, the word die could be inserted in there at various points. Yeah, I really wish I could. I wanna, I want to scream over this. I think it would be awesome if I were to just like if I were to scream and layer it with this.
This is our time to die.
Like not scream singing, like actually like this is our time to die.
This is our time to die.
I would like to do that, but I'm not really in the position to do that right now.
This is our time.
Oh, but what I could do is I could take the word die. Yeah, I'm gonna take
Die.
I am gonna rip the word. I'm gonna do something like that, but I don't think I'm going to do exactly what you think I'm gonna do.
Die.
I want to vocode it.
Die. 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 Die.
So I just want to take this word.
Die.
No, you're fine.
Die. Die.
I want it just to dry. So I'm going to take Edison.
Die.
And then
Die.
drag it right in here. So we have just a dry,
Die.
the dry die.
Die.
And then I want to vocode it with like a bass or something would be really cool. And I could do that for the fill before the drop.
Die.
Maybe something, I have to figure out something for this fill before like the stream ends.
Die. Die.
Because in theory, I would only need this little bit.
Die. Die.
Like I would add drums and other stuff happening right there, but I don't need it to finish the word die.
Die. Die. Die. Die. Die.
How would I go about this? Because I've done this before when I did my remix of, I did a remix with my friend of Crash and Burn by Phase 1. And I did that. I whatchamacallit, I vocoded the vocal right before the drop. Like that, I had the Crash and Burn vocal that I vocoded to the actual, to like a bass or like a synth or something like that. I kind of want to do that. Hopefully that audio came through. Hopefully it picked up from SoundCloud. But what if I did something like that?
Die. 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 Die.
I'll think about that idea. I'll figure out what I want to do for that idea. But in order to keep making progress on the track, I'm actually going to work on the build-up. So there was build-up drums that I saw in the mid-tempo. So maybe I could grab these. There's some claps. I knew I wanted claps. Yeah, and I can cut it here. Yeah, we just use those as layers. And I need to hint at the stuff in the drop. So I think I'm going to render out these. I'm just going to record them out from the master. So let's go on play. And then I can use that, and then I can use this during the build up. So let me take this and drag this right in here. And then I will turn it down and just like have certain aspects of it hitting in certain moments just to hint at what's to come. This needs to be routed into its own track, obviously. Need to go 29. Yeah, just like that, so I can build it up. I have to make sure it's not too heavy though. I kind of have to handicap it a little bit. So I'll start it about right there, and then let's create an automation clip. And that's where it would start to kind of trail off and become less relevant. And I could just repeat this part. And even though it sounds kind of messy in between there, it ends right on key. And I'll figure out something to do right there. Oh, that sounds so good. Yeah, someone said take a look at the fills, because there are fills in here. So maybe I could try those. I could try that. Ooh. Ah, it sounds good. The die does have a it does have a delay on it. But what if I just kind of sliced up the die right here, and then I duplicate it over here? Oh. That's sort of cool. But I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I want to just make these unique and then make them lower volume. So I'm going to delete this one, make this unique, then just lower it. And then I'll layer this here again and here as well. And then I'll take this lower one and make sure this is layered here. See, these tails are so long. Let me stretch these or make these shorter. Oh. I have to make sure they line up correctly. And then I need better drums building up right here. I need like a snare. I thought I was gonna change out that snare, but that goes hard. It goes hard. Let me take a different snare. Or maybe I could take the same. Nah, I want to take a different snare. Just a good snare for the build-up. Let's take hard and heavy. That's a good build-up snare. Yeah. Now I need to make this fill a little better. Oh, it's kind of cool with just an impact. Ah, that kind of slaps. Yeah, I'll get a different reverse to go right there in that moment. And I'll get a kick to hit right here, or some kind of impact, some different impact. Let me see. Which one of these is heaviest? This one's heaviest. Yeah. And now, what did I want to do? Yeah, I wanted a little reverse. Maybe like a clap reverse. Just something small. Ooh. I don't have as much real estate to work with as I normally do with the YouTube chat right here. And I only have one screen, so I should get a dual monitor. I just have to figure out how that will work with my setup. And I need to make that clap right there louder. There we go. And the next thing I need is I just need noise and stuff to fill up the background. And I know plenty of ways I can do that. The first one is with an ARP. So I know I just said noise. An ARP technically is a noise, but I'll add noise in a minute. I need some kind of ARP. So I'm going to go ahead and what sounds do I already have? It's a little strong. So let me go ahead and make some kind of ARP. I think I want something really simple. Actually, why am I doing this in Serum? Let me do this in Harmor. Harmor's good. Save on the CPU a little bit. Make sure it's nice and detuned. And what I can do is I can just take these strings and I can take the chords that I'm playing with these strings and I can play them with an ARP. And then just glue them together. And then I can go into FL Studio's just normal ARP. Chorus, reverb, delay, compression, works out so well. Reverb does wonders, man. Does wonders. Let's add this into 13. Let's make sure it goes to the sidechaining. Let's add some amplitude here. harmonizer. Oh, and I can automate this. That would be awesome. Harmer is a beast. Yeah, I'm going to create an automation clip for this. So, create automation clip. Sounds so good. Let's make sure this high end doesn't get too out of control. Okay, and the next thing I want to add is some crowd noise, just to give it more width and atmosphere. Crowd noise. Where's my random crap folder? Here it is. Should be some good old crowd noise in here. Not that. Crowd. Yeah, not the highest quality sample ever, but it doesn't have to be. There's like chanting and stuff in the background that's kind of going on a rhythm, but it's constantly changing. I don't think it's going to matter too much. This is just background stuff. I need reverb. Route it through the sidechain. Auto pan to the arc. That would be a cool idea. Let me take a pancake 2. And part of me wants to just add plain old white noise. Like, I feel like just white noise could do wonders. Like, I have this little one white noise sample from this pack my friend gave me like forever ago. I don't even know who it's from. But, this pack of terrible EDM vocals from the internet. But it came with these weird construction kits. And, it has this loop, which is just white noise. Where is it? Threshold. Effects. It was for like house music really, but I can slow it down. I want to make this a little bit different. Let me make this unique. I want this note to come down. Ooh, like that. And I think we're pretty close to finished up as far as what I'm going to do in this stream. We're at almost 3 hours, so I'm just going to kind of finalize everything at this end bit here. Yeah, what if I end with this impact and sub drop and everything? And then I feel like something with the vocal should come in. Okay, I don't think this is going to work, but I can't not try it if I just... It sounds good. But I could say, this is your time to die. Like, I get what you're saying for cutting out the rest of it, and that was my automatic reaction as well. That does sound good. I like how that sounds. Let me make sure these harmonies are going through the sidechain. See. If I'm gonna put die at the end, then I definitely have to say this is your time to die. Where I spent so much time organizing, now I can't find anything. Okay, backing vocals, there it is. And route that through the, oh wait. The vocals themselves would, I'd have to do this manually. Well, it would be beneficial for all of the vocals to go through the sidechain during the drop, I believe. So I'm going to just route it there. If I have problems, I can unroute it later. But yeah, that sounds awesome. In that case, I want these to fade out. Like, I want this to repeat. Like that, and then fade. Like that. I can just take a low pass filter to it. can have a side chain without like hitting without any drum. I love that. I think that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to play everything that we have right now, and if I see any changes that I want to make, then I'll go ahead and make them. But for the most part, I really like where this track is at. I'm enjoying it. Even though it's not long, I know the drop's not long, it's just an intro and stuff like that. I really enjoyed making this. It was fun, and working with these heavy vocals was awesome. There isn't too much of an intro to the intro, like it doesn't fade in, it just kind of starts, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll see how it sounds.
I can't stand it anymore. Our words drop down to the floor. Why don't we count the score? Love is a casualty of war. Worlds clashing, hold on to something. Watch the planet fall, but you say nothing. Holding our breath, pull the trigger to kill. I wanted base, now I'm tuned up to fail. Raise your head up to the sky. This is our time to go. You dare to wonder why. This is our time to die.
That's a lot of cool. I enjoy that. I think one of the big things that I noticed is that the intro was very atmospheric as compared to the drop. Total time for the track, if you're wondering, this is only about a minute and 40 seconds in total, probably closer to a minute 30. But it's very atmospheric in the intro and then not atmospheric in the drop. Like, it sounds great, I really do like it, but I'd have to do some mixing and some other things. I'd have to make sure, I had to get in with the loudness to make sure that the drop sounds just as big as the intro does.
Time to go.
That it outshines the intro in pretty much every way. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of want it to. I want it to make sure that this sounds just as big as humanly possible. So there'd be plenty of things that I need to do for that, but a lot of that is mixing. A lot of that would be background elements. There'd be a lot of other nitpicky things that I have to do in order to get it that way. But as far as elements that are down right now, I really like this. I think it turned out pretty cool, and I think for 3 hours, this is not half bad. This is really not half bad at all. I enjoyed it. So cool. That was fun. Do you ever finish these tracks from live streams? Not so far. There are tracks that like I plan, like I might finish in the future. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, some of the tracks that I making the live stream are kind of challenged. Like maybe I'll kind of be bottlenecked creatively as far as the track that I make. Usually I try to make at least a good solid drop with an intro. So, because that's kind of the meat of any track is the drop with the intro, at least for me, and like the build up and everything before that. That's sort of the meat of most of the track. I have completed tracks before. There are some videos and a video that's going to be coming out that I'm going to be that I'm editing. We're going to put that up some point soon, where I finish tracks where it's like from drop to track. I did that for rhythm. I did that for hybrid trap. I did that for synthwave. I finished a synthwave drop. I finished the hard wave song. I also finished I finished the melodic dubstep drop that I did a tutorial on recently. That's the video that's going to go up at some point. But so yeah, every now and then I may finish this one, I might not, but I enjoy it, you know, for what I have right here. I think it's pretty cool. So thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate you all sticking with me through the stream. See, shouldn't be here while I work. I'm making a track. Well, I'll give you some time to work. If you haven't seen all the stream, don't worry. It's gonna stay up on YouTube. You don't have to worry about being late. You can watch it back whenever you want. But like I said, I appreciate you all coming out, and I will see you in the next video. Happy producing.